you're a great person to get feedback on this, Brett. Obviously we're talking about super intelligence. We're talking about the idea of incorporating or implementing billions of robots into the world itself. What do you like? How do you envision super intelligence? A decade, 2 decades down the road, like what does it look like for humans? What do you hope it kind of accomplishes, or the goal? Is it to kind of give people, more time in their day to spend with family? Is it kind of unlocking a next level of creativity now that you have these robots that can kind of help you execute these tasks? Like curious to kind of paint your picture as a society, what this looks like when we hit some of those thresholds and benchmarks you're kind of talking about.
Yeah, the trend line certainly looks as if humanoid robots will be able to do more and more things each year that a human does, and over time do most things better than a human. And this is we'll see this in our lifetime for sure. And I think that I think then that becomes a situation where any type of like work that you do in the world, whether it's at home or in the workforce, is a choice for humans. It's optional. Like you can choose to cook or do your laundry or make coffee or walk your dog or watch your kids or whatever you want to do, or do construction work, whatever. Or you can have a robot do this. And that robot's going to add significantly to GDP. I mean, we measure GDP like per human today, like per capita, and like these are like basically synthetic humans. So, even this year we'll have robots on the line helping to build other robots at BACU. So, like, you'll definitely see in a lifetime, you'll definitely see robots building robots. And so, like, you have robots building robots. They're going out and doing most work better than a human can. It's faster. It's just more reliable. Then, like, what do we do with our time? Like, what's our purpose in some ways? And that becomes like a really difficult conversation, especially for like people like me that's like been working like most of my life and just love it. Like, and I think about we're building robots and agents out there that are smarter and better than all of us, probably in our lifetime. Yeah, it gives rise to a lot of like anxiety, I would say. So I would hope that people spend more of their time doing things they really love. That could be like skiing, time with family. I hope that we're not sitting here 30 years from now and people are working 50 years of their life and a significant chunk of their lifetime in these physical roles.
Quick follow up on that, and Logan, you can finish off the question. Do you think there's going to be like almost like a Tesla model where it's like, I know Elon's pushing for buy a Tesla, when you're not using it will go kind of be a Uber or a robo taxi of sorts, kind of making income for you? Do you think you'll get to the line where like every person has a humanoid robot that then they can kind of go deploy to do X, Y, and Z task? That robot gets some kind of compensation, goes back to you. Like, again, just kind of curious to paint this picture and hear what your thoughts are.
Yes, just tell your robot if you're like your buddy or wants to go borrow it. You'll just tell your robot
That's
to
crazy.
go over and walk across the street and go to the next door neighbor and go help. You will also have a robot making you money. I will even go as far as saying like robots in the limit will be relatively cheap to manufacture and go out and do like basically like constant work you'll collapse like goods and service prices long term. Like everybody will be able to afford almost anything, whether it's a haircut or goods or produce or any type of service. Like you'll just collapse all of that. If a robot's doing that, it's just the cost of the robot, whatever energy you need. And if it's on real estate, maybe the cost of the real estate, that's it. And you'll just drop all costs substantially by like synthetic humans just doing it all day and night at like, almost like a limited volumes that you would need. So yeah, you're going to have like, you're going to have a personality. You're going to ask it to, increase its humor setting, be more serious at times. And you're going to talk to it, you're going to text it, and it's going to do work for you constantly.
Yeah. Life is going to be wild. Brett, the final question that we'd like to ask everyone, and we'll leave it super open-ended, is just around like something that you hope happens in 2025 and something that you hope doesn't happen. And it is very vague, but to keep the pressure on you, we always get super interesting stuff. So I'm curious where your head's at on both fronts.
As we approach that, I'm working on, like my company's like Archer, Figure, and Cover. I want my companies like to do well through that period of time. So hopefully we're out there like creating this like really exciting future. Personally, I really hope we take the next level up in terms of technologies needed to advance the human race. Like we need to be working on, underwater cities, space elevators, or Neil structures, like things that really advance humanity by 2050. Those are like a lot of these areas are starting to become more and more possible. Like the technology readiness levels are getting better, and they're we had like the big audacious goals in the the 40s and 50s and 60s. We need that new bar here for humanity, and we need we'll need like the collective human race and super intelligence to help us get there. But these are possible now in our